What if everything you've ever been taught about building wealth is, well, wrong? Today, we're diving into a pretty radical idea that completely flips the script on what financial freedom looks like. This is all about getting beyond the slow lane and really understanding the mechanics of how wealth can be built rapidly.
So let's just start with this question, because it's at the heart of everything. What if that traditional path, the one we're all told to follow, is actually designed to keep you average? Just let that sink in for a second. It's a really bold, maybe even an uncomfortable idea, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
All right, so before we can jump into any kind of solution, we've got to diagnose the problem. The source material calls this the traditional wealth trap. Let's pull back the curtain on this thing it calls the slow lane. This probably sounds super familiar, right? This is the financial script we're all handed when we're young. Go to school, get a good, stable job, put away a little piece of your paycheck every month, and then, maybe after 40 or 50 years, you can finally kick back and retire. That right there, that's the blueprint for the slow lane.
So, to put a fine point on it, the slow lane is basically any financial path where your time is the main thing you're trading for money. Your income is literally chained to the hours you can work, the promotions you can manage to get, and the decades it takes to save. It's all very linear, it's predictable, and by its very design, it's incredibly slow. Okay, so we've got a name for it, the slow lane. But why is it considered a trap? The source uses this really powerful metaphor. It calls it a financial treadmill. So let's break down what that actually means. And this is where you can really see the huge disconnect. On the one hand, you have the promise, right? Job security, steady promotions, a nice, comfortable retirement. It all sounds so safe and secure. But then you look at the reality of it. You're trading your finite time for money. Your income has a hard ceiling on it, and you really have no control. Someone else decides what you're worth. This quote just nails the whole problem. Think about it. You can always find ways to make more money, but you can never get more time. It's the one asset you can't renew. The fundamental deal in the slow lane is to trade your most precious resource for something that's, well, basically infinite. It's a trade you are mathematically guaranteed to lose in the long run.
So, if the slow lane is the problem, what's the alternative? This is where we get to introduce a totally different idea, the Millionaire Fastlane philosophy. It's a completely new framework for how to think about and build wealth, and it plays by a completely different set of rules. And just to be clear, this isn't about simply working harder at your 9 to 5. That's just pedaling faster on the same old treadmill. This is about switching vehicles altogether. And the engine of this new vehicle is built on these 3 pillars: owning the business, creating real value for people, and this part is absolutely key, building scalable systems that work for you.
Let's zero in on that last pillar, because scalable system is the real secret sauce here. So what is it? Well, it's any kind of business or asset that can grow and make money without being directly tied to the hours you put in. So think about things like software, or a popular book, a rental property portfolio, or an e-commerce store. It's something that can help one customer or a million customers without you having to put in a million times more work. Now, building these kinds of systems takes more than just a good business plan. It actually requires a huge mental shift. The source argues this is the single most critical change you can make, learning to think like a producer instead of a consumer. And just look at the difference in thinking. A consumer asks, how can I buy this? But a producer asks, how can I solve this problem so that people will want to buy my solution? One person is out there looking for a job, the other is looking to build a business that actually creates jobs. It's a total flip from just being a player in the economy to becoming one of its architects.
And this is why your mindset is so much more powerful than just motivation. You can be the hardest worker on the planet, putting in 80-hour weeks. But if you're still in the slow lane, you're just going to be the most exhausted person on that financial treadmill. The philosophy here is that the framework you're operating in matters way more than the raw effort you pour into it.
So what this all boils down to is a conscious choice. You have to decide which financial lane you're actually building your life in. And the goal here isn't just about getting rich for the sake of it, it's about reclaiming the 2 things the slow lane steals from you, your time and your freedom.
So how do you even begin to make a shift like this? Well, the source material kind of lays out a high-level path. First, you have to mentally separate your job from your wealth plan. Your job becomes a way to fund your real venture, not the end game itself. Second, you start looking for problems everywhere, needs, frustrations, things that don't work well that you could solve. And then finally, you start building a system, no matter how small at first, to solve that problem at scale.
And let's be really clear about the ultimate goal here. This isn't about getting rich just so you can have a bigger number in your bank account. The true prize, the real win, is financial freedom. The key difference is that the fast lane is designed to get you there decades earlier, giving you back that one asset you can never ever buy more of, your time.
So, we're going to end this where we started, with a question for you. After seeing these two paths side by side, the slow lane, which trades your time for money, and the fast lane, which builds systems for freedom, which lane are you building for yourself right now? And more importantly, is it really the one you want to be in?